ladies, thanks for joining me today. If you're new to my channel, my name is Mitzi and I'm a paper girly, and if you're a returner, well, welcome back. Okay, girls. So today we are talking about the classic movie, Girls Just Want to Have Fun. And for this 54-year-old lady, well, my mind went crazy on me because I thought I had seen this movie. However, I had not. I had not seen it because I had mixed up the movie, the song from Cyndi Lauper with the movie starring Helen Hunt. So I had some homework to do, more than just this. I had to go watch that movie. So did I watch it? Yes, I did. Did I enjoy it? Kinda. I mean, it was campy. It was fun. It was, all the things that 80s movies are. So I took it in as what it was, or what it is. However, because I only watched it now versus having the nostalgia feeling of seeing it in the 80s when I was a teen, then I watched it with the perspective of a 54-year-old woman watching a movie for the very first time. And so, was it thought-provoking to me? Nah, it wasn't. But it was fun. And it was fun because looking back on it, oh my goodness, I was thinking, girls, that's what we were into? That's what got all excited back in the 80s? And then I had to just be honest with myself and say, yeah, that's what we were into. And we did not think it was cringe back then. We did not think it was cringe. We did not think that it was campy. We just thought it was fun. And for this movie, Girls Just Want to Have Fun, that's what I took away from it, is that back then, things that maybe now might be a little bit cringy, a little bit dated, back then, back then it was just purely fun. So that is where I'm going to have my jumping off point, is that I am looking at this as just purely a fun movie without any really underlying themes or anything like that. Because yeah, it is just about girlfriends. Is it about a dance competition? Is it about a little bit of back and forth between Sarah Jessica Parker and Jeff? I don't even know who the actor was that played Jeff. Yeah, but mostly it was just about friendship and girls just going out and doing something fun. So, okay, so let's get to the quote. And again, because this is just purely a fun movie, there weren't any real, deep thought-provoking quotes in it. And, I'm a girl who likes the deep thoughts. And so I just had to say, okay, let's just roll it back, Mitzi. Let's, have a different perspective of this. And let's just look at it for what it is, a fun movie. So let's pick out a fun quote. So the first quote is by Lynn Stone. Lynn Stone, who is played by Helen Hunt. And oh my gosh, gals. I mean, the fun part for me for watching this movie really was seeing all the actors when they were young. Actors that now, are older. I mean, Helen Hunt, before I don't even want to guess how old she was, but this was way before Mad About You, and that's where I discovered Helen Hunt, was Mad About You. Sarah Jessica Parker, before, she rose to fame with the old Sex and the City. And then, ooh, my goodness, the heartbreak of seeing Shannon Doherty, is that her name, Doherty? Is that how you pronounce it? Yeah, when she was maybe 12 or 13, maybe 14 years old. Oh my gosh, that was a little bit heartbreaking because, if you are unfamiliar with who she is, Shannon Doherty is the gal who played Brenda in Beverly Hills 90210, and that was just a classic epic show for us back in the 90s. So yeah, that was a little bit heartbreaking because, well, she is no longer with us. She passed away, and I think, if I am correct, she passed away after a battle with cancer. So, yeah, that was the interesting part for me for this film. Was the rest of it, fun and, what it was? Yeah, it was. So, the quote that I have from Lynn Stone, Helen Hunt, is Velcro. Next to the Walkman and Tab, it's the coolest invention of the 20th century. And I just thought that was fun. I thought that was fun because we are, in the 21st century. And oh my gosh, if we only knew, what was coming along the pipeline. If we only knew where life would be at. I mean, gosh, I am here on a, taping this off of my computer, sending it out to you around the world. We are gathered here, women of all ages, a lot of us, yes, women of a certain age, but I know that there are women of all ages here. If we only knew what was coming when it came to technology, boom, poof, our minds would be blown. So I just thought that was a fun little quote. So we're going to get to the journal prompts, and then, we're going to get to a craft, because honestly, I don't have a lot to say about this movie. I just want to keep it real here. I don't have a lot to say about this movie. Okay, so the first two prompts we have fall under the category called unapologetic joy and just having fun. And the first one is called guilty pleasures. And the question here is, what are 3 things you love to do solely for the fun of it, without worrying about productivity or what others think? That's the first question. And the second one is called the joy recess. Okay? And this question is, when was the last time that you let loose and laughed so hard it hurt? Describe that memory in detail. Meaning, when was the last time that you laughed so hard that you could not control yourself? For me, goodness, it was a while ago, because I'm not, not that I don't have a good sense of humor. I do. I just don't laugh so hard that I lose control of myself. But the last time that I did, I have to be honest, I might have peed my pants. I was laughing so hard. So describe that memory in detail. Then the next one falls under the category called lifelong friendship and core squads. And this is called shared adventures. And I think this is going to be a fun one. Write down a favorite memory of a partner in crime style adventure you shared with someone close to you. Now, gals, I have a zillion of these. Because I have had a lot of really good friends along the way in my lifetime. And girls, if I didn't already have one to write about, then I could write about this next month, no problem. Because next month, I am getting together with Natalie. In Chicago to go to Atlas Stationaries to just spend a couple of, girlfriend time together. And I know that we are going to just, rock and roll that town. Old lady style. We are going to get snacks. We are going to shop our butts off. We are just going to have a good time. And will we get into trouble? We might. We might just get into a little bit of trouble, because when we're together, sometimes that happens. And the next one follows under the category we're just calling passion. And this one is called your version of dance TV. And oh my gosh. I get it. This whole movie, revolved around that freaking dance TV. But those dancers, oh my gosh. Yeah, I'm 54 watching it, when I'm used to watching things like Dancing with the Stars and So You Think You Can Dance and all, we have come a long ways, because that dancing, that was not good dancing. However, that said, I guess probably as 12 or 13-year-olds back there in the 80s, the core demographic of what I'm going to say this movie was for, I'm going to say that we didn't care. I'm going to say that if you watched it back in the 80s, you thought that dancing was, real good. Okay, so this is called your version of dance TV. What is a deep passion or creative hobby that makes you feel entirely alive and electric when you do it? Well, we all know what mine is, and that is journaling. That is journaling and playing with paper and playing with stickers. So that's an easy answer for me. Okay, so the last one is called nostalgia and your younger self. And this just is called surprising your past. So this is another list one. Write down 3 things about your life today that your teenager self would find incredibly cool, surprising, or proud of. Because gals, yeah, we have come a long way since we were teenagers. And I'm going to go out there and say that we have, changed a lot. We have changed a lot. We have grown a lot. We are just, we are women that I don't think that our teenage selves could ever even envision that we would become. So that is the question, is to just write down 3 things about your life, about who you are, about who you've become, that your teenage self, your younger self would, find amusing. Find cool, be surprised about, or maybe even just, proud about. So those are the journal prompts. Those are the journal prompts for girls just want to have fun. And like I said before, I watched it for the first time yesterday. It is just a fun 80s movie about friendship, about freaking dance TV, a little bit here, a little bit there. I didn't get much, underlying, deep thoughts about it. I didn't. So we are just going to go on to a fun craft all about, our friends, all about our friends, something fun to just put together your own version of this, if you so choose, to put down in your notebook with your journal prompts today. Okay, I'm going to gather my things and I'll be right back. Okay, girls, so today I'm going to make another card, and I'm just going to do a really easy one. It's just a layered card with some decor on top. I have a piece of paper. It is 9 inches by 5.5 inches. And I always just measure my envelope, the envelope that I'm going to use, and then I just measure accordingly. And hopefully, usually, it comes out pretty even, because I like even Steven numbers. So that is my card. I'm going to just real quick go in here and score it. Because it's 9, we're going to score it at 4.5 to get it in half. Boom. Oops. Boom. And you see I'm just using an orange wood stick because I'm not sure where my fancy schmancy stick is. I'm taking it, I'm folding it in half. That is my card base. And then I just picked out this paper. I picked out this paper, and then I will just glue that on. I will just glue it on.
And now that we have our card base down, gals, what we're going to do is we're going to just draw a circle. Because what we're going to make is we're going to make a charm bracelet, a friendship charm bracelet. You can use a paper stamp. You can use, I used my Cricut. I used my Cricut to make these little beads. I made these little beads, and I am making this card for Lisa because Lisa sent me something really fun from Canada, and so I wanted to make a thank you card. So this will be a thank you card for Lisa. And then I just use my Barely Art glue and I stick it down. And check out these Cricut tweezers. They are amazing because you don't actually have to hold onto the paper when you're gluing it down. You put it down and then you press it and it will just drop it wherever you put it on. And I love these tweezers. So girls, now I'm just going to add on charms. I'm going to add on charms, and for mine, I'm going to use stickers. And I know we all have stickers. So what I'm going to use is these Hubman and Chub Girl stickers because, I have a bunch of them. I have a bunch of them just laying around, and I thought that this would be a fun project to use them on. And then I'm going to use these star stickers as beads. And I'm just going to layer these. I'm going to layer these around this circle to represent a charm bracelet. And these little star stickers, are going to go in between each of the little, quote unquote charms. We have the coffee cup, we have the cupcake, we have that to-go bag, we have this little mechanical pencil, because I thought that would be fun. And yes, this is sped up just for time's sake. And then we're just going to keep on layering. We're going to layer it around until it is complete. So girls, this is just a fun little project for girls who want to have fun. I thought that, honestly, I didn't think about it at all. Natalie came up with it. Natalie came up with this idea. She sent me a TikTok. She is my guru. She is my muse when it comes to anything crafty. Because girls, like I'm always saying, I'm not super crafty. I'm not super, creative. I just like stickers. I like stickers, and a lot of times I just, collect them. I just collect them. But every once in a while, somebody gives me an idea that then I can use for using some stickers. So here we have this little Netflix, and I'm going to put it underneath the star. These Hubman and Chub Girl stickers are vinyl, so they're easy to pull up. Here I have a Tombow pen, and I think I'm going to lay it down. Let me see. Where am I going to lay it down? I'm going to pick this up. I'm going to layer it underneath. I like to layer the clear stickers on top of the paper stickers or the vinyl stickers. So This didn't quite turn out the way that I wanted it because I was trying to put, these stars in as beads. And so I'm going to have to, figure this out. So you will see me go back and forth trying to figure this out. Here I have a little journal, a little notebook. I want to put that in there. And I'm thinking it will fit right there, but guess what? Now I need another star. So because I am who I am, then I like things to be balanced. So I'm just going to plop these on my fingers to kind of just hold them there, and then I will rearrange this. I'll rearrange it the way that I like it. And girls, I could cut this out and make it look like it was all perfect first time around, but you know me, that's not me. I like to show you the entire process of me doing it, making mistakes, making choices. This is how I do crafting. It's a lot of, probably too much thought goes into crafting, and that's why it normally takes me quite a while to make something. So, girls, this is what I'm talking about. When I say, hey, you know what, give me time to write back to you, this is the reason why. The reason why is because I do like sending something special back. I do like sending something, handmade back. And yeah, it takes me a while to do it. So I'm going to pick out one more little star here to put here. I got to pick out the color, and there we go. So that is my friendship bracelet, and I think that it turned out pretty cute. Now I'm gonna put this back because I want to use that Tombow pen, because Tombow pens are kind of notorious with crafters. So once again, look at me. I have to go back and figure this out. So that is my friendship bracelet made with my stickers, and now I'm going to put a stamp in the middle. I'm going to put a stamp in the middle, so I'm going to get out my stamp board, and I'm going to place it down. That is the stamp that Lisa gave me, so I'm going to put this on my board with the little magnet. I love this little stamp board because then I just place down the stamp that I chose, figure out where I'm going to put it. I'm going to put it in the middle. And then I just, you put on the top of the board, you press down, the stamp sticks to it. Sometimes it takes a couple presses. And then you take, your VersaFine Clear ink. This is the perfect ink for word stamping. And girls, I have tested them all. I have tested them all. I have a video where actually way back in the beginning, I tested a bunch of different black inks. And this one I have found to be the best. So it says, thinking of you today. So that is my card. I hope you enjoyed it. I will finalize it by just adding in a little bit of black, ink here to represent the cording that these charms, these beads are on. So that is my card. So let's get back to those prompts and then one final quote, and we'll be on our way. Okay, girls, I'll be right back.
Okay, so that was our project for the day, and I hope that you make your own version. Make your own version, and then possibly come and share it on our Facebook group. If you're new to my channel, then I just want to let you know that we have a coordinating, Facebook group that goes with the Paper Girly Studio. There is a link down in the description. You pop onto it, it pops you over, you answer a couple of really easy questions, and then basically you're in. And over there, it is just, us, women of a certain age, gathering together, women who like paper, women who like journaling, women who like stickers, and all that fun stuff. And we just gather there together and just have a community where we share what is going on with our life, where we share, our journal spreads, where we share just things that we have in common. And girls, this week we actually started today a book club. We started a book club, and this is the book that we're using. We're using this book. It is called The Book of Alchemy by Suleika Jawad. There is a link in the description as well to this book to get it off of Amazon. And we are doing a once a week check-in about this book. Oops, I had it upside down. Where we are picking out, I am picking out 2 journal prompts to kind of fill in for Saturday and Sunday when I don't do these journal videos. And we're going to do this throughout the summer. Just 2 a week, or 1 video a week, 2 journal prompts throughout the summer, 2 from each chapter of the book, because there are 10 chapters in the book. So if you're interested in joining us for this, that is done in the Facebook group. We do things like Happy Mail exchanges. We do, we just are doing our very first group of the Sisterhood of the Traveling Journal. We're calling it the Paper Girly Traveling Journal, but it is basically the same concept. We have our first group going out tomorrow, hopefully in the mail. And it is a small group. It is more like a tester group, but it is going to be fun. And I am very excited to start that. And we're going to then also be doing that come fall again for the gals who are working on their books right now. So that is the Facebook group. As for YouTube, if you're new to my channel, if this is the first time that I am popping up on your screen, then this is the Girlfriend's Guide to Journaling, where we do Monday through Friday journaling prompts. It is a series. We ran it last month and we're running it this month, and we will probably run it in the future. However, I am not quite sure if we are going to continue on through July, because I have a lot of different plans going on in July, but we'll be doing something. I just don't know if we're going to be doing this series next month. So if this is your vibe, if this is the type of content that you like, then I would love if you would like and subscribe so that I'm easy to find next time. Okay, girls, so let's get to these journal prompts one last time, and then to one last quote, and then we'll be on our way. Okay, so the journal prompts for today. The first ones, they are under unapologetic joy and just having fun. The first one is called Guilty Pleasures. What are three things, not three friends, what are 3 things you love to do solely for the fun of it, without worrying about productivity or what others think? And then the second one is called the Joy Recess. And the question is, when was the last time you let loose and laughed so hard it hurt? Describe that memory in detail. Then the next one is under Lifelong Friendship, and it's called Shared Adventures. Write down a favorite memory of a partner in crime style adventure you shared with somebody close to you. And then the next one is under Passion, and it is called Your Version of Dance TV. What is a deep passion or creative hobby that makes you feel entirely alive and electric when you do it? And then the very last one is under Nostalgia and Your Younger Self, and this is called Surprising Your Past. And the prompt here is, write down 3 things about your life today that your teenage self would find incredibly cool, surprising, or proud of. So those are the journal prompts for girls just want to have fun. And then gals, a quote. Well, like I said before, this was just a fun, campy movie, so there weren't a lot of, great quotes that I have. I mean, if you have a great banger quote from it, then, put it down in the comments. Let me know. Say, Mitzi, you're wrong. This was a great one. This was a great one. However, for me, for this video, I am just picking out a quote from old SJP, from old Sarah Jessica Parker, because she went on to do the old Sex in the City, and that's where I really kind of discovered her. Sex in the City is when I really first kind of discovered Sarah Jessica Parker. And so I wanted to take a quote from her, an actual quote from the person, not the character, because this one I thought was a good balance to the first one. So remember, the first one was Velcro next to the Walkman and Tab. It's the coolest invention of the 20th century, that Helen Hunt said as the character Lynn Stone. Well, this is what Sarah Jessica Parker says, and this is, in real time here in the present. And she says, after all, computers crash, people die, relationships fall apart. The best we can do is breathe and reboot. So that is just a good reminder that, have we progressed since the 80s? Yeah, we have. But we have progressed so much that, we sometimes can forget that just the basics are just really the basics. I'm on here with my computer, filming this. I film on my computer or I film off my phone. And that I can have issues. In fact, have I had issues here today with the technology? Yeah, I have. Do I have issues almost every video that I, make and put out here? Yes, I do. So that is just a good reminder that, we have progressed. We've progressed a lot over the last 40 years. However, the basics are still the basics. And sometimes when life is lifing, we are dealing with the basics, the basic feelings, the basic thoughts, the basic just life stuff. And so sometimes what we need to do, all we can do, is just to breathe and reboot. And for me, how do I do that? I do that through journaling. So girls, that is it for me today. I hope that you enjoyed this this video, and we will see you tomorrow. Until next time, from one paper girly to another.